Welcome back to Beyond the Battlefield. Today we enter Chapter 2, verses 20 to 25 of the Bhagavad Gita. These verses are not philosophy. They are medicine for fear, confusion, and identity crisis every leader, seeker, and human faces. They are repeated because we resist hearing the truth most when it threatens our illusions. To make this real, let me share Anaya's story. Anaya is a COO at a health tech startup. Let's hear from her.
I've always been the one who holds everything together. Now we're facing investor concerns, and I'm terrified. I'm scared of failing in front of people, scared of losing who I think I am. It feels like I'm dying inside.
Anaya's fear is not unusual. Krishna would say, "You are grieving over what does not deserve grief. You fear death because you don't know who you really are." Anaya's suffering isn't coming from investor concerns. It's coming from clinging to her identity as the one who holds everything together. Verse 20 says, "The self is never born, nor does it ever die. It has not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. It is unborn, eternal, ever existing, and primeval. It is not slain when the body is slain." Everything you see in life, relationships start and end, careers rise and fall, roles come and go, bodies age and die. We think, when this end, I end. Krishna says, what you truly are never began and will never end. Osho says, you see beads on a necklace, but you don't see the thread. Without the thread, the beads scatter. Your roles, thoughts, emotions, successes, failures, these are beads. The thread is the unchanging self, invisible yet holding everything together. Fear comes from thinking you are the beads. Forgetting the thread remains unbroken. Think of a movie screen. Scenes change, fires rage, storms roar, lovers meet, people die, but the screen never burns or tears. Life's experiences are waves on the ocean. They rise, peak, and dissolve. The ocean remains unchanged.
So Krishna is telling Anaya, your body, roles, and images may change, but you are untouched.
Yes, and this is not abstract. It is the end of fear. Because fear is rooted in the illusion that you are what ends. Verse 21. He who knows this self as indestructible, eternal, unborn, and immutable, how can that person, O Arjuna, cause anyone to be killed or kill anyone? Krishna does not say, he who believes. Krishna says, he who knows. Belief requires no transformation. You can believe I am fearless, but still tremble during an investor call. You can believe I am the self and still panic over layoffs. Belief is fragile. Osho says belief is borrowed. Knowing is direct. Reading about swimming is not swimming. Krishna is forcing Arjuna and Anaya to move from belief to knowing. It is like waking up from a nightmare. The moment you know it was a dream, the fear dissolves. Krishna wants you to wake up.
In leadership, believing I'm capable while fearing others' judgments does not dissolve fear. Knowing you are not the image frees you.
Exactly. Krishna's emphasis on knowing is about freedom in action. Verse 22. As a person puts on new clothes, giving up old ones, the soul similarly accepts new material bodies, giving up the old and useless ones. We change clothes daily. We don't grieve when clothes fade, tear, or go out of fashion. But we cling to the body and roles, I'm aging. I'm sick. I'm tired. Krishna says, your body is clothing. The self wears bodies but is never the body. A soldier loses his leg but still feels pain in it. The limb is gone but signals continue. Similarly, your mind keeps saying, I am the body, even when Krishna says, you are not.
So, Anaya's fear of losing her role is like fearing changing clothes.
Yes, it feels like death because she thinks her clothes are her skin. Krishna is asking us to disidentify, gently but firmly. Verse 23. Uncut, unburnt, unwet, undried. Weapons do not cut it, fire does not burn it, water does not wet it, wind does not dry it. At first this sounds poetic, even childish. But Krishna is describing the subtlety of the self using the 5 elements framework. In the scriptures, 5 elements are described and also their relationship with 5 senses. 1. Earth, stone, most gross, can be touched, seen, smelled, tasted, heard. 2. Water, less gross, doesn't have their own smell. Fewer senses engage. 3. Fire, more subtle. You leave one more sense, taste. 4. Air, even subtler. Now you can't see air. 5. Space, subtlest, cannot be grasped by any sense. Weapons, fire, water, and wind represent gross forces. Krishna says the self is subtler than space, untouched by any force or element. Krishna says the self cannot be cut, burnt, wetted, or dried. This is not escapism. It is freedom from unnecessary suffering.
In leadership, we fear criticism cutting us, failure burning us, shame drowning us, isolation drying us.
Yes, it means your essence is untouched by judgments, circumstances, and others' opinions. When a leader knows this, their presence becomes calm, unshakable, and clear. Verse 24 to 25. Repetition for integration. This self is eternal, all-pervading, unchangeable, immovable, and eternally the same. It is unmanifest, inconceivable, and immutable. Knowing this, you should not grieve. Krishna repeats, not because Arjuna is slow. He repeats because fear and illusion are stubborn. Every repetition is like water eroding stone. Your mind has layers. You think you are the body. You think you are your roles. You think you are your thoughts. Krishna is chiseling these illusions away. Osho says, Ved means knowing. But we think Ved means scripture. Scripture is only a map, not the territory. Reading or memorizing the Gita is not knowing. Living it, seeing it within, is knowing.
Why do we resist this truth?
Because our entire sense of self is built on illusions. To see you are not your image, your status, your body, your thoughts feels like death to the ego. But it is liberation for the self. Osho describes the mind as a magnifying glass. It amplifies small fears into big terrors, small failures into full identity collapse. Krishna's repetition calms this magnification, returning us to reality for decision making. When fear of personal loss dissolves, leaders can make ethical, clear decisions. Resilience. Criticism and setbacks do not shake a leader rooted in the self. Silent influence. True leaders calm others not with words but with their grounded presence. Detached engagement. You give your best, knowing the results do not define you.
For Anaya, this means she can handle layoffs with compassion, not fear. She can sleep knowing her worth is not tied to her role. She can serve without fear of rejection. She can embody silent strength.
Krishna is not ignoring worldly challenges. He is showing the path out of unnecessary suffering. You are not your fear. You are not your titles. You are not your changing roles. You are the unchanging, untouched self.
Krishna's verses are an invitation to every leader and seeker. You are the witness, the thread, the screen, the water beneath the waves. It is never born, it never dies. It is eternal and ancient, and is not slain when the body is slain. Take this wisdom into your battlefield. Act, lead, love, and serve from that space of the indestructible within you.
Krishna is dismantling Arjuna's fear by dismantling his false sense of self. But why do we cling so desperately to identities? Because from childhood, we are conditioned you are your grades, you are your family name, you are your achievements, you are your social image. We never learn who we truly are, only what others say we are. We live in a photo album of ourselves. We keep showing these photos to others, hoping they will confirm who we are. But the photo album is not you. It is just memory.
And when reality threatens these photos, like layoffs, aging, public failures, we feel like we are dying.
Yes, the ego screams, if my image breaks, I break. Krishna says, no, what you are cannot break. In a dream, you may see yourself winning, failing, loving, fighting. You feel fear, pride, shame, joy. But when you wake up, you realize nothing happened to me. I was always safe. Krishna is waking Arjuna and us from the dream of misidentification.
What about practical life? Bills, teams, health, relationships.
Krishna never says stop acting. He says act without attachment to the false I. This brings calm clarity in decisions, compassion without weakness, efficiency without burnout, action without fear. Imagine watching a film, characters die, empires fall, tragedies unfold. You may feel moved, but the screen remains untouched. Life is the movie. The self is the screen. We are waves on the ocean, but the wave thinks it is separate. The wave fears death, forgetting it is the ocean. Realizing this, fear loses its grip. A child holds a hot potato and feels it is burning him. He thinks the only solution is to endure the burn or cry for help. But the solution is simple: let go. We clutch our identity, roles, and fears like a hot potato. Krishna's teaching is let go. If you wish to test Krishna's teaching today, 1. Close your eyes for 10 minutes. 2. Observe your breath, sensations, thoughts. Notice the I that says, I am thinking, I am feeling. 4th, ask, who is this I observing all this? You may glimpse, the thoughts are like clouds, but I am the sky.
And this glimpse can change your life.
Imagine Anaya facing investors' concerns. If she thinks she is the rescuer of all, fear and guilt will paralyze her. Ipsha knows her role is just a wave wherein and she is the ocean. She can make necessary but compassionate decisions, communicate calmly without guilt, support her team's transitions, sleep without fear.
This is the practical application of verses 20 to 25.
Yes, it is the path from fear to freedom, from illusion to clear action. A man's leg is amputated, but he feels pain in the missing leg. Doctors call it phantom pain. The leg is gone, but the nerves keep sending signals. Similarly, the ego, even when seen through, keeps sending signals. I am hurt. I am humiliated. I am failing. Krishna's teaching is to keep watching these signals without believing them. Gradually, the signals lose power.
It is like disidentifying from the pain without denying it.
Exactly. It is not suppression. It is clarity.
To every leader, seeker, and listener, you are not your fear, your title, your image. You are the unchanging, untouched self. And from that space, act in the world with fearless love and clarity. Before we close, let us gently anchor what we explored today. You are not the body, roles, or thoughts that change. You are the screen, the ocean, the thread holding the beads together. Fear comes from identifying with what is impermanent. Krishna's verses teach us to know, not merely believe, our true nature. This knowing dissolves fear, guilt, and confusion, allowing clear, compassionate action. Krishna repeats these teachings because the mind forgets. Repetition is not redundancy, it is deepening.
The real learning in spiritual life is not in collecting information, but in repeatedly remembering what is true. When fear arises, pause, breathe, remember, I am the witness, not the waves. This alone can transform your leadership and personal life. In a world obsessed with outcomes, these teachings allow leaders to take bold decisions without inner panic, handle criticism without losing peace, act in crises with compassion, not guilt, recover from setbacks without identity collapse, lead teams with calm, rooted energy that others feel.
And for Anaya and many like her, this does not mean avoiding tough decisions. It means making them without fear or identity collapse.
Correct. The biggest gift a leader can offer is inner stability in chaos. Krishna's teaching is the source of that stability.
If this episode touched you, share it with someone carrying fear and stress. Discuss these verses with your teams or family. Let it spark deeper questions and courage. Do not forget to check out our exclusive GPT companion link. BYB Interactive. It's your space to interact, explore more insights from the Gita, or just continue the conversation at your own pace. Just tap the link in the show notes or in description. Join us for episode 17 as we continue to bring Krishna's timeless wisdom into modern leadership and daily living. Thank you for joining us on Beyond the Battlefield. May you discover the fearless, unchanging self within you and live from that space.